What's up, citizens of Avina Vlogs? Welcome to the review you guys are watching. As you can probably tell from this video, I am doing an official ONREQUEST magazine. I am doing an official ONREQUEST magazine review of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I'm really excited about this. Sammy, come here. I'm really excited about this. Sammy is clearly very excited about this. Sammy is clearly very excited about this. I wrote a review, and I wanted to do one of my typical reviews, where I show you guys some pictures, give you guys a little bit of my written review and my thoughts and opinions on the film itself, and then yeah, that's it. So without getting too much into it, let's jump right into the review. Here are my thoughts on Star Wars Episode 7: The Force Awakens. Alright guys, so obviously I don't have the company's official use of photos or anything right now for this review, so you're going to be getting a video review from me. So I'm going to be looking here at my written review and talking to you guys a little bit about it. So, as spoken in the film, some things really never change. Spoken by Han Solo himself, Harrison Ford, it really does perfectly capture the essence of this film. And I think the audiences who have been waiting all over the world to see this for over 30 years are really going to be in for a treat. Of course, I'm talking about Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. This franchise was really known really well across the world. Whether you love the original trilogy and you grew up with it, or you cringe when you hear the mention or hear mention of the prequel trilogy, or maybe you love the comic books, the novels, the games, even the animated series like the Clone Wars. Whatever you have heard about it or seen about it, a lot of people know what Star Wars is. And the franchise coming back like this is a pretty big deal. The legacy that George Lucas created and Lucasfilm created is something that can't be replicated, but it can be brought back to life, and that's what J.J. Abrams has done here. Now, this is a spoiler-free review, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about what the plot entails and what my thoughts on the film were. The story takes place about 30 years after the events of Return of the Jedi. The Republic is now at war with a new faction or threat known as the First Order. This group is hell-bent on the total destruction of the Republic, and they kind of rose from the ashes of the Empire and the legacy that Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader left behind. So, with the First Order being led by a new mastermind known as Supreme Chancellor Snoke, and his commanders, General Hux and Kylo Ren, there's only one group of people who stand in the way of the First Order, a new resistance led by General Leia Organa. So the Princess Leia is now General Leia. She's leading the fight against the First Order. And with her help, the unlikely group of heroes are brought together because the entire galaxy is looking for Luke Skywalker, and these heroes have to find him before the enemy does, and that's where the adventure kind of takes off from. And I can honestly say I had no complaints about this film. I'm a big fan of the franchise, obviously, with this shirt. I really enjoyed seeing the interactions between the original cast, especially Han and Chewie. It was like no time had passed at all since they worked on the original trilogy. It was like they stepped right into it. And I also really enjoyed the new characters. I thought that they actually did a great job of adding to the story instead of kind of being filler characters. They were on their own 2 feet. And especially John Boyega, who plays Finn, and Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey. They stole the show a big time for new performances. Adam Driver was a great new villain in Kylo Ren. But I gotta say that John Boyega and Daisy Ridley did amazing jobs, and I think they're the kind of heroes and actors that not only this franchise but the world kind of needs right now. They really do an amazing job of capturing the essence of what made this first original trilogy so amazing and so lovable. Even the new droid BB-8s can see a lot of similar characteristics to R2D2. So it was great to see the original cast. It was great to see the new cast and everyone interacting together. Um, it was definitely a step back from the prequels in that it wasn't quite as heavy with the emotional toll and story. There was still emotion and stuff, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot more action and there was a lot of humor that was kind of missing from the prequels. Um, and it was really just amazing to see the chemistry between everyone just jumping off the screen. The story's plot and the setting were really well developed. I loved the use of both CGI and practical effects, and even the musical score. I mean, God, John Williams, amazing score, and it was great to see him back at the helm, bringing the musical element to make it a way bigger cinematic experience than it would have been without that kind of music. Um, so I think fans are going to love this, and newcomers are going to love this as well. Fans are really going to enjoy some of the big plot twists and the mythology that is used. There's very specific pieces of mythology that are used in this film, and it's amazing to see come to life. Obviously, there are twists and turns, and there's a big twist that I don't think anyone's really going to see coming. Um, but it was really well done. And we here at OnRequest Magazine are just so happy we got to see this on opening day and get to bring this review to you guys. With at least 5 films so far planned through 2020, I think Disney's gearing up to have the two biggest cinematic universes in the movie industry today, with Marvel and now Star Wars. There's probably little stopping them from becoming one of the biggest companies in the world in the next few years. So, um, great job to the cast and crew, Harrison Ford and um, Carrie Fisher. Phenomenal jobs. Like it was like I watched the original trilogy again before seeing this film, and it was like no transition whatsoever. It was like they went from Return of the Jedi to The Force Awakening or The Force Awakens, and didn't miss a step at all after all these years. Great job. The original cast and crew were great. The new crew and cast were great. And J.J. Abrams is just a genius. He did a great job bringing this, well-developed franchise to life again. And on behalf of all of us, not only do I give this a 5 out of 5 star rating, but I have to say that it feels great to once again be in a galaxy far, far away. So there he goes, guys. That was my thoughts, my opinions, my review of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. It was a great film, really well done. J.J. Abrams did a top-notch job. It was like I kind of understand what everyone who watched the original film must have felt when they went and saw it for the first time back in '77. Great job. I loved the new characters. I loved the big plot twists. Love seeing the original cast back together. It was just really well done. And I'm really excited to see this franchise back and see where the other films go from here. Both the trilogy and the spin off films. So I'm really excited about it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thanks so much for watching. In the comments below, make sure you let us know what your thoughts on Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens was. And if you haven't seen it yet, go get your tickets now. Go see it in theaters, whatever day you can. Get to the theater and see it because it's definitely worth the watch. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up. Like this video, comment on it, favorite it, and share it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It'd mean the world to me if you could. And check out The Eye in the Sky for today's recommended videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys. and I'll talk to you next time for a brand new review. Long days and pleasant nights, my friends.